A very good evening to all of you. I am audible to everyone.
Yes, Urvashi, you are audible.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Khushbu, ma'am.
आवाज क्यों नहीं आ रही है?
मैम आनी चाहिए आवाज आपको. Priyanka, ma'am. Now I am audible to you.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible. I was talking to someone else.
Good evening. The voice is not that much audible. Sorry.
Okay, so ma'am, you please choose the option of speaker, ma'am. Now, ma'am, I am audible. Dr. Khushbu, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, you are muted, I think. Hello.
Yes, ma'am, I am muted. Actually, I talked to Dr. Khushbu, ma'am. She is a resource person. I want that she will join to us soon. So, ma'am. Actually, Dr. Khushbu, ma'am, she is a resource person. She is trying to join us, ma'am. So now we have Dr. Khushbu ma'am. She's the resource person of the today's session. So let's begin with the session. A very good evening to the respected Dr. N. Malti ma'am, our resource person, and all participants. I am Dr. Urvashi Ghai Khosla, FDP Coordinator, DIAS. DIAS, Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies, affiliated to Guru Govind Singh Indraprastha University, established by Shri Lakshman Das Sachdeva Memorial Educational Society. The institute offers MBA, MBA FM, BBA, and BCom honors programs and is providing dynamic learning and growth oriented an environment that is changing in response to changing needs of the society. The institute seeks professional excellence through the ethics and passions. The guiding philosophy behind all these academic activities of the Institute is to inspire professionalism and to enhance the effectiveness of an organization. The credibility of the education at the Institute is increasingly being appreciated and recognized by the foreign university as well as the corporate world. We at Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies are committed to make this institution a hallmark in the professional education by imparting holistic education. I feel honored to welcome to all of you for taking a keen part in this 1 week online faculty development program on basic research methods and data analysis. I am sure that you all will feel enriched with knowledge after completion of this program. I welcome you once again for joining us here today and hope that you all will have a great time ahead. We have two resource persons in our program, Dr. Khushbu Rana ma'am. She is currently working as an assistant professor DIAS. She has pursued a full-time PhD from University School of Education of Management Studies, Guru Govind Singh Indraprastha University, and qualified UGC NET lecturership. She has more than 8 years of teaching and research experience and has contributed more than 30 research papers to the journals and edited books. She has been an active reviewer on the board of many international conferences. Her research area include higher education, human resource management, organization behavior, learning analytics, etc. Our second resource person, Dr. Irala Reddy, is a graduate in econometric, postgraduate in business administration, and PhD in management science finance. As a successful trainer, Dr. Irala had designed and delivered several seminars, research projects, and training programs in the area of finance, pedagogical tools in management teaching, research methodology, case teaching, case writing, SPSS, and Excel application. Dr. Irala is an FDP alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad, where he was trained as research method and case pedagogy on management. As a passionate teacher of finance, his interest includes corporate finance, investment analysis, strategic financial management, and business analytics. Dr. Irala is currently serving as Associate Professor at the School of Management Studies, Universities of Hyderabad. Now, I would like to invite Dr. N. Malti Ma'am, Director Dias, to say few words before going to start. Dr. N. Malti Ma'am.
Thank you so very much, Urvashi. At the outset,
Thank you, ma'am.
a very good evening to one and all present here. I am Dr. N. Maltian, and on behalf of the entire DICE fraternity, I welcome all the participants and the resource person for this 1 week online FDP program, which is being organized by the Department of Management of Delhi Institute of Advanced Studies. It is often said that research is creating new knowledge, and it would involve in finding what others have not thought of as of yet. And it is considered as one of the major components of innovation, and also it aims at key development of various modern societies. When we talk about research, both applied research and basic research, they have become the need of the hour. And academic excellence in the institutions is gauged by the extent of research that the faculty is involved in with. About the competitive edge of the organizations, every institute now aims at ensuring that there is a research environment which is being provided in the organization. To cultivate this in our institute, we have the FDP cell, which is constantly organizing faculty development programs to train the faculty and the researchers on the latest methods of research. And in this connection, this 1 week online FDP program is being organized, and the topic of the FDP, current FDP, happens to be basic research methods and data analysis. We intend to again follow it up with an advanced FDP. In the current pandemic times, most of the educational institutions and faculty have in fact made a smooth transition using technology. And apart from the classroom teaching, faculty currently are attending, participating in various seminars and conferences and FDPs through the online mode. In one way, it has become a boon. Earlier, we would have been in two minds because we had to devote time to attend these. There would have been constraints on account of how do we move out for so many days? Would we be getting the leave required? What would be the logistics involved? But thanks to technology, I think this has made it possible for all of us, for avid researchers and academicians, to connect across the globe. So this is one of the major, I would say, transformations that has taken place during this pandemic, and the education sector has in fact been the major beneficiary of this. So the current FDP again would be conducted by two eminent researchers and academicians, as already being informed by Urvashi. I would again thank both the resource persons for making it convenient to attend this. One happens to be our own in-house faculty, Dr. Khushbu Raina, and the other external resource person again is Dr. Irala Lokanand Reddy. So I think all the participants will have a lot of takeaways at the end of the 1 week faculty development program, and we look forward to a lot of learning in this FDP. I think with those words, I would be again in handing over the session to Khushbu But before that, I would be failing in my duty if I do not thank Dr. Urvashi, who has been again, and her team, who has been spearheading this FDP, and she's been working tirelessly for the success of the FDP. So I thank her.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Hearted support and all the participants who have joined us from far and wide and have shown a keen interest in attending this FDP. We hope that the learnings would be well taken and you would be again utilizing this for your future research. Happy researching, and let's begin. Over to you, Khushbu, and thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am. Good evening, guys. First things first, I just want to know whether am I audible or not. The very basic question these days.
Yes, Dr. Khushbu, you are audible.
I'm audible, Urushi.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are audible, Dr. Khushbu, ma'am.
Audible and visible too. Thank you so much, Urushi. Thank you. Hello, friends. I would not say anything else, but my fellow publishers, because today onwards we'll be learning how to go about doing this very important thing, which is has become a matter of our survival. We would say there is a phrase that has been used very frequently these days with respect to this: publish or perish, right? So either you publish or you don't exist. Whatever your credentials may be, you are being known for what you write these days, right? So the very basic thing that we are supposed to do here is to learn how to write technically. I am I'm a learner, and I'm still learning how to do it. And I would just through this FDP, I would just like to share my own experiences when I interacted with certain editors, attended some conferences. I'm pretty sure less than you all, but then I would like to share all those experiences and whatever little knowledge I have regarding this theme. Okay, so let's begin. I would Urushi, can I share this, or you would be sharing? Am I able to share this? Okay, am I? If you see my screen, please let me know.
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, beginning with the basics, guys. I'm pretty sure we all are very much aware about these two terms. There is nothing new. And as ma'am introduced research, so I would just take a few seconds to reiterate, and it would be not wise of me if I do not cite the authors who have written the definition when I'm trying to explain the literature review. So this is in the words of Schindler and Cooper, 2009, and they have defined research as a process of knowing first, gaining, then you assess the information, synthesize, frame it, and then you disseminate, and then you disperse your gained information to the relevant business data, business organizations, if you're addressing some business decision problem, or insights to other decision makers, just like we write that mandatory line after our introduction paragraph, that it is for the regulatory bodies and authorities, concerned people, management, administrators, etc. In a way so that they can mobilize the organization to take certain kind of actions and to attain the better business performance. So basically, primary purpose of research is to reduce the level of risk of a business decision that we are going to take. How we are going to do it? By following a series of steps. There is nothing in this world that is out of protocol. If we are if we are doing something random, if we are trying to do something in a haphazard manner, the results are going to be in a similar way, right? If we are doing something in a systematic way, results will also be systematic. So our main purpose is to reduce the cost, to reduce the level of risk. और PhD के बारे में अगर बात करें तो reduce the level of risk in terms of the years that we invest. So शुरू से ही शुरू करते हुए हम चाहते हैं कि हम step by step we proceed towards how we are going to attain the maximum output or the final output of our study. So why do we need research? Okay, why do we call it research? Any idea? I believe I'm talking to all of you. बहुत zombie जैसा feeling आ रहा है मुझे. Hello, am I audible? I really have to open my screen to see whether you guys are there.
Yes, you're audible. Yes.
Okay, fine. Sorry, I'm not on the chat box. Actually, I have just opened the PPT here, so I am unable to open the chat box. So I could not. So any idea about why do we call it research?
Like searching again and again, so it is called as research.
Right. The fundamental thing is the thing already exists there, right? And we are the one who are trying to, mine it. We understand the concept of data mining and everything. So we mine. We are bound to mine the relevant information out of those all innumerable theories. The other reasons for doing this research is that we are, in the times of internet, in the times of so many databases and availability and accessibility, information is too much. We are exposed to all the kind of articles. So our task as a researcher is to find the very relevant one, very legit ones, right? So information overload is there. Then technological connectivity. We are supposed to be connected to many journals and many articles and many databases, and we are supposed to know about a majority of them too, so that we can just gain the relevant information. All the global economics are on a shifting pattern. Then scrutiny of business, government interventions, and this we cannot miss, battle for analytical talent. This is one thing which we all are striving for, I guess, very hard. Learning the data analysis, learning the tools, doing PLS, doing MOS, starting from SPSS, Excel, etc. So I would like to ponder upon this point for a minute. When I was doing my PhD, and even after that, I have seen people, getting really mad over learning analytical tools and applying those softwares to certain kind of data. वो टेबल निकालना, उस टेबल को देखना, उस टेबल को डालना पेपर में, उसके बारे में कुछ लिखना, and then getting your research done. In all this process, कहीं पूरी एक century, कहीं पूरे इन 10 साल में पूरे in this पूरा decade, we forgot that the basic premise was technical writing. That's where we started our research from. So सारा premise technical writing का what got a miss in this whole mess of data analysis. Now we are back to square one. आज हम बात कर रहे हैं कि लिखना कैसे है. आज हम बात कर रहे हैं literature reviews की. You trust me or not, I have worked with many international editors and with the authors also from universities across. Whenever we get reviews, majority of the time we get reviews for literature reviews. We do not get, we hardly get reviews for the data analysis thing. Why? Because data is there. Being a researcher, we know what kind of data is genuine, what is not. So we, on genuine data, we apply those statistics, those tools, and we get some kind of result. Interpretation also, we know, we study other papers, how to write this interpretation, what is the meaning of these statistics, P level, and other statistics, okay? And we write the interpretation on the basis of that. But हमारा पेपर चला गया, and then when it comes back with a review on the literature review. कि theory strong नहीं थी. I recently there is a paper of mine. Despite being very high profile authored and names of very high profile people on that paper, still it came back with a review that we had to work on our theories better. I'll discuss it later on also. Then computing power and speed and new research perspectives को gain करने के लिए usually we have this literature review thing. What do we understand by good research? What is a good research? So Mercedes-Benz ka photographs is just to attract your attention, nothing much. So clearly defined purpose should be there. Detailed research process should be there. Thoroughly planned, as I said, has to be systematic. Highly ethical standards. We all know the majority of the rules pertaining to plagiarism. Then limitations addressed. No study is without limitations. Adequate analysis, not more than what is required, not less than what is required. It just have to meet the specific requirements. Unambiguous presentation. Work is as good as it is documented. If it is not documented well, if you have thought it well, you have executed it well, but then you are not able to write it well, it is of no use. You are unable to contribute to the society in a similar manner as you thought about it. Then conclusions should be justified and your credentials. Okay. So coming to our primary topic, literature review. What do we understand by literature review? Usually we say that it is a theory-based thing. It is a written document which is trying to present a logically argued case, right? Some kind of comprehensive, some kind of foundation we thought of, a construct हमने सोचा. I'm assuming कि some PhD scholars are also there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm assuming we understand the difference between concept, construct, variables, items and factors, dimensions. ये सारे terms हमें साफ पता है. Because I'll be using them very frequently. So okay, I'll just for the sake of PhD scholars, I would just explain them in a very brief thing. Construct, concept, सबसे पहले is like our abstract term. Okay, it is not a specific thing. Example लेके चलते हैं. Concept is like motivation. So motivation can be anything. It is an abstract term. ठीक है? Motivation. Now I have not specified it. So motivation can be gym motivation. Motivation can be cooking motivation. Any kind of motivation. When I bind it, when I say employee motivation, now it becomes a construct. Okay. So my construct would be employee motivation. Then I would say how motivation is defined, not in terms of me, not in terms of dictionary, nothing. I have to define motivation in technical terms as per somebody. Okay, so some specific author who started work on motivation sometime back or many years back, I would define motivation in his terms. I would say he has defined if a person has these 3 to 4 factors, then I'll call him motivated. So those 3 to 4 things, which are the components of motivation, we call them the dimensions or factors. Okay, in research. So the dimensions and factors of a construct define the construct. Then under those dimension and factors, we write certain statements. जब हम किसी को survey administer करते हैं, so हम उसे questionnaire देते हैं. So questionnaire is what? अगर हमने Likert scale पे बनाया usually social sciences में, so it is composed of certain items, certain statements. उन statements को हम बोलते हैं items और variables. Variable का मतलब layman term में हम समझते हैं कि जिसकी value vary हो रही है, right? So when we are talking about social science research, तो उन items की value हर individual, हर respondent के हिसाब से vary हो रही है. So that is why they are called as variables. Okay. So whatever construct you have thought about, you started reading about it. You made a good comprehensive paragraph about it. You know, which you think that is trying to explain a topic of study. Now, literature review में we are trying to justify our construct by means of n number of theories or content, so that we can answer the question that we took before attempting our thesis or research paper. सबसे पहले we have to identify the research question. करना क्या है? Okay, every damn process in the world will start with the identification of the need. Identification your requirements, right? What do we want to achieve at the end? Wow, what is the need? Why should I do it? So basically, it is a written report. It is a written document. We have to write it so that we can communicate our theories. We can communicate the background of our study to somebody who is reading our work. right? Jesse guys, I would like to quote one example that I heard recently. For example, whenever you are, I am assuming the majority of the people are married here. So when you receive marriage proposals, you receive it from many people, right? So you meet the guy, you meet the family, and you see how he behaves, what is the compatibility index like. So you don't get to marry. I'm talking about both the cases, love marriage also, arranged marriage also, no confusions. So when you meet the guy, and when you meet your friend when you were growing up, so you start looking at the other party, and you think ki, what kind of characteristics you will be requiring out of the other party. So you don't marry the first person you see in the world, right? Adam and Eve, you don't do it. So you will try to explore. You will try to explore the characteristics, the features of everybody that you meet. And when you find the most compatible, you accept that proposal, or you enter into a relationship like that. So this academic engagement, this academic meeting of variables, of constructs, of concepts would be called literature review. जब हमारा कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट दूसरे कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट से या दूसरे वेरिएबल से एक रिलेशनशिप में मिल रहा है, हमें एक कहानी मिल रही है उसकी जिंदगी की कि हमारा कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट जब चला, जब पैदा हुआ, जब उसकी टर्म कॉइन हुई, किसने की. ओके, you actually have to marry your work. You actually have to own your work, right? So you own it like a baby, you own it like a husband, whatever, whoever you love more. So आपने जब उस टर्म को, वो हमारा टर्म कॉइन कब से हुआ, who coined it, and then how the term proceeded further. Okay, so my construct, how it gained popularity, other authors, other people who came into his life, उन्होंने उसके साथ क्या किया, basically they treated it well, they related it to other factors, they explored it well, then you have to quote them. Now I would say here कि you do not have to quote all kinds of work that has been mentioned pertaining to that particular construct. उस construct की सारी कहानी लिखने की हमें जरूरत नहीं होती. That is where we lose track. That is where हमें review निकल के आता है कि ये गलत लिखा हुआ है. Okay, literature review attend करने के guys अलग-अलग तरीके हैं, that आगे we'll discuss. So basically हम अपने लिटरेचर में जो कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट हमारा है, सबसे पहले वी ट्राई टू राइट दी कॉइनिंग. ओके, कि कॉइन हमारा टर्म कहां से हुआ. देन वी ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर, फॉर एग्जांपल इफ वी आर ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लोर दी फैक्टर्स पर्टेनिंग टू ई बाइंग बिहेवियर. ओके, सो ये मेरी स्टडी का टॉपिक है, टाइटल है, स्पेसिफिक है, ठीक है. सो आई वांट टू गेज व्हाट आर द फैक्टर्स दैट आर अफेक्टिंग ई बाइंग बिहेवियर ऑफ मिलेनियल्स. मेरा टारगेट, मेरा सैंपल भी डिफाइंड है, मेरा कॉन्स्ट्रक्ट भी डिफाइंड है, मेरा प्रोसेस भी डिफाइंड है. Now, whatever studies I'll be including in my literature review, they have to be, relevant to this particular topic. Topic है मेरा factors pertaining to e-buying behavior of millennials, and I'm singing the story of factors pertaining to traditional buying behavior of millennials. या फिर कि उनमें उनके buying behaviors क्या होते हैं. I lost the track and I started writing about the buying behaviors of millennials. It was not about the buying behaviors. It is strictly about the e-buying behaviors. So whenever somebody is reading your article, they will get to know that you lost the track here, and that very moment they will leave your paper. Okay, they're not going to pursue it. In a very recent conference that I happened to attend, it was a very good international conference, and there I got there was this meeting of editors from very good journals, Sage, Springer, Taylor Francis. So those editors, so from the editor's mouth we heard it. Okay, so when we were asking questions, we asked them that, how should we go about कि desk rejections नहीं हो पेपर के. सबसे पहले जो हमारा पेपर आपके पास जाए through portal, so what are the things that you look at, okay, so that you just process it further. हम बस ये चाहते हैं कि हम जब पेपर भेजते हैं तो हाथ जोड़ के हम ये प्रे करते हैं कि रिव्यू में चला जाए बस. Okay, desk rejection नहीं हो, because that is a serious demotivation also, plus you don't get to know कि हमें उसमें ठीक क्या करना है. So review से पेपर जाता है तो still we get to know कि what all things you have to add. So the reviewers, the editors, they said it कि we have a target of rejecting 95% of papers. Okay, so पहले काफी सारे journals थे जो annual basis पे थे, अब वो semi annual basis पे हैं, quarterly पे आए, काफी सारे journals अब monthly basis पे हैं. Right, just because of the number of papers that they receive now. Some people used to write before, majority of the people are writing now. Okay, but what make them how when we ask what is a click, how do you take this, how do you accept that paper to process further at least. So they said ki first of all it has to be strictly about the theme. Okay, so key is to go in a reverse order. Don't write your paper first, okay, and then find a journal. That would take 1 to 2 kind of rejections it might take, and then you'll get to know that where you should send your paper. You go reverse to shorten the process. Okay, you choose some kind of journals. आप पहले से journals ढूंढ के रखो which are relevant to your area, right? Then you prepare an Excel sheet for that. आपने एक Excel sheet बनाई, आपने journal का नाम लिखा, उसके सामने you write the name of the editors. उनका main editor कौन है, उनका co-editors कौन है, and what is the theme of the journal. Then you see what the paper is, what the journal is talking about. Majority theme, majority उसमें कौन से पेपर जाते हैं? Usually journal is talking about multiple themes. Marketing की बात करें तो marketing में भी अलग-अलग सब themes को they'll be addressing. आप सब सारे सब themes पे तो you are not going to write. So whatever is your area, वो आप उनके papers try to read. What kind of format are they accepting? What kind of writing people have in that particular paper? You download some of the papers. As it is, you will have to refer those papers in your paper. Because every journal says कि हमारे 5 papers अपनी study में refer कीजिए. Majority of the international journals would say this. ठीक है? So you save those papers. Now you have a perfect idea of the correct sub theme that you want to address, and you have a set of papers. You have the correct formatting कि आपको किस तरह से उस पेपर को लिखना है. How people have been writing जिनके पेपर वहां छपे हुए. You have a list of editors also. If you want to do one step further, अगर आप थोड़ा सा और homework करना चाहते हैं, so what I used to do, what we used to do, we used to check the work of those editors. हम उन editors का काम check करते थे, उनके main editor का या किसी भी co-editor का. So we used to check their work and their paper, and we used to cite them in the relevant sections of the literature review. Okay, so आपका पेपर अगर correct theme पे है, and then when you send it, prepare your titles, prepare your abstracts, perfectly correlated with the theme of the journal. Okay, so when they see it, so it must click directly. Usually they ask you for an extended abstract, या जब वो आपका आप जो वो पोर्टल से फॉर्म भरते हो, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट उसमें डालते हो, टाइटल डालते हो, आधी कहानी आपकी वहीं से खत्म हो जाती है या स्टार्ट हो जाती है. ठीक है, when they see it, they get to know what kind of writing it should be further. So they usually desk rejections में they do not read your paper. Desk rejections में they only read your abstracts, extended abstracts that they ask you to copy paste in their portal, right? So far together, यहाँ तक साथ हैं?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so further I will discuss what is the literature review process exactly. So again, I have mentioned the source below, Machi and McAvoy, 2009. The literature review process is given by them. It is a 6-step process. First of all, you got to select your topic. What kind of topic you are going to pick for your study, whether thesis, whether research paper. It has to be either novel. It has to be novel. Either you are introducing a particular variable or you are discovering a new relationship. Okay. Usually guys try to give your study a new dimension basically. या तो हम कोई नया वेरिएबल उसमें इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, या फिर हम वेरिएबल की रिलेशनशिप किसी और वेरिएबल के साथ एक्सप्लोर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ठीक है, यूजुअली भी राइट की इस पे बहुत ज्यादा काम नहीं हुआ है, मेरा वाला टॉपिक बहुत पढ़ा नहीं गया है, पब्लिश डोमेन में काम नहीं था. These are not very happening lines to write in the introduction part, because हमने सारा database तो explore नहीं किया, right? So there can be some kind of work. So rather than writing this, we should always go about mentioning in the introduction part, in the last wala paragraph wherein we introduce our study, ki what your study is adding value, how it is adding value to the body of knowledge. जो हमारा पूरा literature है already, जो हमारा पूरा research body है, how it is adding value to it. Can we mute ourselves? Urushi, can we mute them? I request, please, if you can mute your systems. Okay. We do not have this feature of muting everybody on our own. Wait a second.
Hello. Hello.
I have no right to mute people. Now we are fine.
Yes, it's fine, Khushbu. I think you can proceed.
Hanji, ma'am. We recently encountered a meme on social media about it, so I was not really upfront for it today. I
It's
guess
fine.
people must have heard it.
You're audible, child. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay, so where were we? We were discussing about selecting a topic. So I was saying whether your title, whether your study should add some kind of variable to the body of knowledge or some kind of new relation should be explored. And in the introduction part also, you should always write it. Okay, instead of saying that less studies were encountered or you could not find any published paper in this domain. So it is always better to write what novelty you have discovered. Okay, we will discuss about models later. We'll just cover this process first. Then we search the literature. So we how do we proceed for this searching the literature? First of all, I'm pretty sure all of us are aware about how to search papers on Google Scholar. So you go to Google Scholar. I would really seriously recommend that you made accounts on two portals today itself. One is ResearchGate and another one is Academia. Okay, academia.edu. So really helpful. Some of the majority of the PDFs on the Google Scholar also, they open on these portals. So if you do not have account on those, you'll not be able to access those papers. So it is really advisable to open accounts on these two forums, ResearchGate and academia.edu, if you have not done it till. Okay, so we usually we search our literature through again हमने अपना topic decide किया and then we search it Google Scholar पे या किसी और Sky Hub पे. But how do you get that list of papers that are quite relevant to your study? How do we decide on that? किस पेपर से पढ़ना है, किन papers को accept करना है, लेना है? Thumb rule is try to consider those papers which have been cited pretty good number of times, right? जो पेपर जितना पुराना होगा, जिस पेपर में उस फॉर्म से रिगार्डिंग हिस्टोरिकल इंफॉर्मेशन ज्यादा होगी उसकी, तो उस पेपर की साइटेशन ज्यादा होंगी. फॉर एग्जांपल इफ यू टॉक अबाउट एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट, okay, faculty engagement used to is my study area, so I have explored employee engagement a lot.
Khushbu, you're muted again.
मैम आई गेस somebody is trying to mute all of them ना, तो मुझे भी म्यूट हो जा रहा था बार बार.
Okay, so
हाँ,
kindly again look.
Okay. Okay, guys, and I would say that you should always review less than 5 years वाले papers. That is how उनको हम बोलते हैं कि they are new papers. सबसे आसान तरीका है to explore कि कौन से papers को पढ़ना है. If you have found one good paper in your field relevant to your study, your construct, उसके references निकाल लीजिए आप. Right? उस paper के आप सारे references check कीजिए. उस references की list में you will get to know majority of the good papers that you have to consult. Okay, so that is how you can search the literature. I would always say कि जो आपके authentic databases हैं, please उन्हीं में से if you search your literature, ठीक है? Not like any haywire kind of database or any haywire paper you should not study. There are n number of journals, n number of papers which have zero credibility. right? They're fake. They might be plagiarized from multiple papers. So always check for the credentials of the journals. Some of the journals you must be knowing on tips: Elsevier, Emerald, Taylor Francis, Wiley, Oxford, and Jester, Springer. So in databases से in journals, इनके journals से अगर आपको कोई paper मिलता है, so I would say they are quite good ones. Okay. Then you develop your argument. Once you have done the thorough study of your construct, उसकी सारी कहानी हमने पढ़ ली है, उसकी सारी story we have studied. Now is the time when you should develop your argument. What you are going to do, okay? What your model looks like. Then you survey the literature, okay? In literature survey, you basically try to assemble all the kind of arguments that has been that are included in your model or plus the theoretical model. Okay, so once you have collected all the information, then you interpret the current understanding of the topic. So basically it tells you how previous knowledge answers the research questions. Okay, how previous studies are going to answer your research questions, जिनके basis पे we make hypothesis. इसको भी we'll study आगे. Then comes the final step wherein you have to write the reviews. Okay, whatever reviews you have collected, whatever models you have made, now is the time that you should wherein you should write the all the studies, report all the studies. Guys, we are quite aware that we have different styles of writing literature reviews. We have APA, most followed one, most बाइबल की तरह फॉलो करते हैं APA को हम सब. अमेरिकन साइकोलॉजिकल एसोसिएशन फिलहाल 6th एडिशन चल रहा है. दिस इज वन यूनिवर्सिटी आई गेस ऑफ सम आई फॉरगॉट द नेम. ये उनकी वेबसाइट पे आई गॉट दिस link wherein they have discussed different stylings of writing your literature reviews. For उनके साथ हैं, I would like to show. This is University of West Florida, yes. So we have these 3 styles, I guess they have discussed: APA, Chicago, and MLA. MLA is Modern Language Association. Wait a second. So as you can see, if you click here, so it will give you the very introductory thing says majority of the social sciences research uses APA. They have got brief videos also as to how you should be using these styles. So in-text and citation styles also, this is the latest format that they are sharing, APA format 6th edition. You can pick it from here. I'll be sharing this PPT with you along with other materials at the end of these my sessions. Then you have Chicago. Then you have MLA also, Modern Language Association. 3 styles of citations they are mentioning here. So usually क्या होता है, सभी कभी-कभी usually जो journals होते हैं वो APA ही accept करते हैं. But still, if some other journal, किसी की specification हो सकती है that they are accepting some different kind of style. So you can always check, you can always pick. Again, they have to be from the credential sources. I picked this link because it was clearly reflecting the library वाला जो उनका database है of West Florida. So that is why I picked this for discussing. For new scholars, I would explain one thing. I'm pretty sure seasoned people must be knowing this. Just for their sake, because मुझे भी somebody told me, so I would like to discuss it with them too. New scholars are quite expert at using Scholar, Google Scholar. Everybody was aware about it. Okay. Still, I would say if we have to quickly, I would tell you. Not everybody is replying. For example, if I have to search something, I would like to tell you that you can customize your search from here. Whatever kind of kitni range tak, kitne saal tak you want to see the number of papers, you will find the links here. Acha, iske alawa Sky Hub is also there from where you can download your papers. So always try to read the journal name first. Paper hai, theek hai, uski citation yahan pe hai. These are the citations. How many people have used it, have cited it. Then this is the journal name. Always check for the credentials of the paper first before referring to it. Then when you have to give reference, so instead of writing these references, by following the style, and then you have to frame your references in these styles by yourself, you have a good smart idea. You can always click on it and they are available. MLA style is there, APA style is there, Chicago is there, Harvard is there, Vancouver is there. Okay. So they will give you the citation also in the particular format. You can always copy it and you paste it in your references. Okay, rather than going about typing it yourself and making some manual errors, you can always do it. So for new authors, I told, usually I tell this to my students also. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hanji.
Can you repeat this last process again? How to copy the APA format styles in the Google Scholars?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'll just do it.
Okay, thank you.
You open Scholar Google and you type your construct. Okay, so here from here you will get the names of the papers, journals, and all the details, the citations also. I would always say please use the maximum cited papers. 50 say 60 say above are good citation we counted. Okay, so you should use all those papers. These double inverted commas you will find star के पास इस पे आप click करेंगे, so you will find these 4 to 5 styles of references. ठीक है, जैसे हम बोलते हैं कि APA में references होनी चाहिए. So it will always give you, अपने आप से it will give you how to write your references. ठीक है, so you just copy paste and you use them in your references section rather than writing writing them yourself. You can always use them. जो भी style मांगा होगा आपके journal में, you can always copy and paste it.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. So from this link, you can find this 6th edition also of APA style. Usually we follow APA. So when you write paper, when you write n number of papers after some years, APA आपको दिल से याद हो जाएगा. Okay. Then guys, usually we stuck at this problem ki, how we should be attempting our objectives. So usually, when we write objectives, what I, the kind of feedback I got in my synopsis and I have heard my SRC speaking to other candidates was, when we write objectives on the basis of our literature or for our concerned study, we usually write to study the concept or to study the employee engagement in Indian context, right? I would say I was told that you should never do it because it is the very primary thing that you would be doing in your study, to study the employee engagement. Yes, of course, you will be doing it. So you should not write it. Okay. Then at the end, we always write to give relevant recommendations to the concerned sector. This also many experts and I have heard from many academicians also that you should not write. Okay, to give certain kind of recommendation because it is also implicit. It is also inherent to the study that you will be doing it. So to study wala objective and to give recommendation wala objective, usually they ask you to skip. Okay, so though depends on SRC to SRC, DRC I would say. आपका जो भी research consultancy का department होगा उसके हिसाब से vary कर सकता है. But usually if you don't write in a paper, that would be more impressive. Then अलग-अलग type के perspectives we have. For example, if we have the objective like to determine the factors influencing, to determine the relationship between the variables, the अलग-अलग तरीके से we can do it. If we are writing a conceptual paper, if we are writing a article based paper, we would go for ROL first of all. Even if we are going for the empirical paper, first of all we have to do the review of literature completely. Then we have to identify the factors which are affecting it by meta-analysis or content analysis. Meta-analysis is one term which you must be seeing, you must be coming across very frequently. when you must be reading papers, आजकल बहुत in है. Now you must be seeing, now people are talking about writing literature in a systematic way. उसके अलग अलग नाम है, systematic review, meta analysis and bibliometrics, right? Structured literature reviews. Now people are talking about writing literature review properly, because after a decade of fighting with analytical things, now we have decided writing is important. Now the reviewers, now the editors got this feeling that writing mein problem hai. Addressing theories, it is not being done very carefully. Okay, so meta-analysis I'll discuss on Monday. I'll discuss, there are 3 to 4 types of literature reviews, and I'll discuss each one of them on Monday. Then if you have to get many factors from ROL, अगर हमारी स्टडी नहीं है, अगर हमारी स्टडी में कुछ नया वेरिएबल, जैसा कि मैंने कहा, हम नोवेल्टी को इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं, so we always take the expert opinions, we always try to read more about it from the articles, from the web pages, अगर review research papers नहीं है तो, and then we apply EFA, exploratory factor analysis, to ascertain what factors can be there. ठीक है, क्या factors हो सकते हैं, so through EFA we do it. Then again we do review of literature. If some already if already एक मॉडल बना हुआ है, तो आपने ये कहा कि इसी मॉडल को मैं अपने कुछ अलग कंट्री में या अलग सेक्टर पे मैं इसको रन करके देखती हूँ कि ये वहां वैलिड था तो ये यहाँ भी वैलिड है कि नहीं. So जब हम ऑलरेडी किसी के काम पे काम कर रहे हैं, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट इज नॉट अ नोवेल आइडिया. You can always do it, there is nothing bad in it, but then it is not adding something new. You are just checking somebody else's work, right? So we usually do it through CFA. आपको पता ही होगा कि जो हमारा SEM होता है, structured equation modeling जिसे हम बोलते हैं, it is a combination of CFA plus path analysis, regression. Factors influencing की बात हो रही है तो regression आएगा, right? So SEM क्या है हमारा? CFA plus path analysis, जिसमें हम we try to find the relationship between the variables or cause and effect kind of a thing, right? Then we come to our very important thing, building the model. Usually we come across 2 terms, theoretical model and conceptual model, right? Theoretical model is, guys, there is a छोटा सा डिफरेंस, हालांकि काफी सारे ऑथर्स हैं जो इसको इंटरचेंजेबली यूज कर लेते हैं, ठीक है. दे यूज दीज 2 टर्म्स वेरी, इनको आराम से इधर उधर स्किप कर सकते हैं. बट if we read some papers, some specific papers on both the topics, we'll get to know there is a छोटा सा difference. Okay, so theoretical framework is a model, basically एक सुंदर सा diagram जो existing theories पे बना हुआ है, जो पुरानी theories उस topic पे काम कर रही थी, जो पुराने authors ने theories दी, उनके ऊपर एक diagram, एक graphical representation already है. So basically it talks about all the variables in those theories. Whereas conceptual framework is what you develop yourself. आपने उन theories को लेके अपने variables choose किए, वो उनसे अलग भी हो सकते हैं, वो same भी हो सकते हैं. Then you try to fix their relationships on the basis of the literature review. For example, employee engagement अगर होगा तो वो turnover intention को affect करेगा. So there is a relationship between employee engagement to turnover intention. ये आपकी theory भी बोलती है, ये आपका experience भी बोलता है, और ये आपने सोचा मैं इसको किसी और sector में check कर लेती हूँ. So आपका जो ये मॉडल होगा जिसमें आप अपनी हाइपोथेसिस को टेस्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, इट विल बी कंसेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क फॉर यू, वेयरइन यू हैव एडेड योर ओन कंसेप्ट, योर ओन वेरिएबल्स फॉर टेस्टिंग. इसकी जो थ्योरी होगी, जो दूसरे लोगों ने दी होगी, यू कैन ऑलवेज इंक्लूड देम इन वन मॉडल एंड यू कैन रिप्रेजेंट कि मेरा थियोरेटिकल फ्रेमवर्क, मेरा थियोरेटिकल मॉडल ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ इस वेरिएबल की कहानी, इस वेरिएबल का लिंकेजेस विद ऑल अदर फ्रेंड्स. ठीक है, अगर लेमन टर्म्स में बात करें तो फॉर एग्जांपल अगर आप हैं, ठीक है, हम यूजुअली क्या करते हैं, वी ट्राई टू रिलेट आवर रिसर्च विद अपना नॉर्मल लाइफ. ठीक है, सो बेसिकली आप इंडिविजुअल हैं, आप एक वेरिएबल हैं. ठीक है, अब आप you are in a relationship with multiple people. You have a different kind of relationship with husband, with friends, with your relatives, with your colleagues. So all these relationships, ठीक है, whether आपके ओपिनियन आपके हस्बैंड के ओपिनियन मिलते हैं कि नहीं, वन हाइपोथेसिस. आपका मोटिवेशन लेवल और आपके कलीग का मोटिवेशन लेवल मिलता है कि नहीं, सेकंड हाइपोथेसिस. सो इफ आई एम मेकिंग अ मॉडल ऑफ यू, ठीक है, इफ आई एम ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट यू विद ऑल दीज पीपल, ऑल दीज हाइपोथेसिस विल बी सेटल्ड. सो ये मेरा कंसेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क. ठीक है, आपके बारे में आपके दोस्तों ने आज तक क्या कहा, उसके हिसाब से एक रिलेशनशिप निकल के आया. आपके लिए आपके हस्बैंड क्या बोलते हैं, मम्मी पापा क्या बोलते हैं, वो एक अलग रिलेशंस निकल के आए, वो मेरा थियोरेटिकल फ्रेमवर्क. आपकी कहानी दूसरों की जबानी, बेसिकली इस थियोरेटिकल फ्रेमवर्क आज तक जो भी सारी बात हुई, मुझे आपके बारे में क्या पता करना है, इज दी कंसेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क, ठीक है। एंड व्हाट इज अ मॉडल? बेसिकली आपकी सारी हाइपोथेसिस मैंने सेट कर ली, ठीक है। नाउ ये पूरा फैमिली आपका, ठीक है। इफ आई टेक यू इन कॉम्बिनेशन विद ऑल ऑफ देम, फैमिली क्या है? फैमिली आपके फ्रेंड्स भी आप मान सकते हो, whoever is close to you in very emotional terms, जिसको हम people who we count upon. So आपके घर वाले, कुछ रिलेटिव्स, कुछ कजन्स, कुछ फ्रेंड्स, ये सब आपकी फैमिली. So you or everybody taken together would be my model, ठीक है। You individual as a variable, then you with each one of them relationship is kind of hypothesis. And if we take all these hypotheses together, if we take the model of all these hypotheses the connection of all these hypotheses together, it would be my model. So यूजुअली फैक्टर्स की अगर बात करें गाइस, मॉडल की अगर बात करें, हमें इसकी जरूरत क्यों है, हमें थ्योरेटिकल मॉडल बनाने की जरूरत क्यों पड़ती है? यूजुअली क्या होता है कि अगर मुझे, चलो आपका ही एग्जांपल लेके चलते हैं, अगर मुझे आपके बारे में कुछ पता करना है, ठीक है, इफ आई वांट टू नो समथिंग अबाउट यू, यू माइट बी योर नॉट, मतलब ठीक है, एक तो मैंने आपसे पूछा, ठीक है, देन मैंने आपको एक्सप्लोर करना शुरू किया, मैंने सोचा कि मैं देखूं आपके मम्मी पापा से पूछ के कि आप किस तरह के इंसान हैं, कुछ मैंने उनसे पूछा, फिर मैंने पूछा आपके फ्रेंड से जो आपके साथ स्कूलिंग में थे, दे विल गिव यू अ गुड बेटर आइडिया अबाउट योरसेल्फ, अबाउट यू, ठीक है। देन आई वुड आस्क द करंट पीपल इन योर लाइफ, दे विल गिव सम काइंड ऑफ आइडिया अबाउट यू, सो आई कंबाइंड देम टुगेदर एंड आई वुड ट्राई टू टेक अ मीनिंग आउट ऑफ यू। तुम क्या हो? तुम मेरा वेरिएबल हो, तुम मेरा अंडर स्टडी टॉपिक हो, ठीक है। तुम्हारी कहानी जानने के लिए आई हैड टू गो बियॉन्ड एंड आई हैड टू चेक ऑल दीज कनेक्शंस, दैट इज हाउ आई वुड कम टू नो कि तुम क्या हो, ठीक है। Sometimes we ourselves at this point of time might not be a good thing to judge, right? But given my environment, you can you can know better about me, ठीक है। So इसलिए usually we make these models, we make this framework so that we can know the environment of the construct, of the topics, of the variables that we are considering. Okay, this we have discussed. What should be the purpose of your study? You validate an existing model, which you can do always, ठीक है, but it is always better to contribute something new to the body of knowledge, right? अभी तक साथ हैं?
Ma'am, may I ask one question?
हाँ जी, please.
Ma'am, if I want to conduct primary research and that also via questionnaire, तो अगर मैं एक दो question from research paper, if I conclude from there, or if I copy that in my Google form, a questionnaire, so would it result in plagiarism?
You should always cite the author जिसका आपने questionnaire लिया है, and the best would be, I would say, you seek permission from them.
Okay, जैसे आपने मैम गूगल स्कॉलर बताया, इन केस मैंने वहां से पेपर पढ़ा है
पब्लिक डोमेन में था,
हाँ जी,
दो चीजें
मैं
इसमें,
नीचे उनका रेफरेंस दे दूं,
हाँ,
then would it be good?
हाँ, right, it would be good if it is available in public domain, then there is no problem. If they have given the open access to it, there is no problem, but still you can do it in research paper. You should always cite them, ठीक है। But I would say कि thesis के लिए, if you are using standardized questionnaires I'll discuss in questionnaire designing. What do we mean by this? Standardized questionnaires अगर आप use कर रहे हो, like I used the standardized questionnaires of Protean career orientation and turnover intentions in my thesis. So I seeked permission from the concerned authors. I sent them a mail because you have to tell them your intention of using the scale. So I told them that it is for academic purpose, not for commercial purpose, and I want to use your scale in my study. They immediately reply. Usually people are good. They will never say that you should not use their standardized questionnaires or work for your purpose. They just want to be assured that the purpose should be purely academic and not commercial. You can always seek permission. There is no problem. For your thesis, I am saying. Research paper, it is good to cite and use.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, guys, this is one case. I will be discussing. I'll be forwarding this to you too. This is taken from Naresh Malhotra, Research Methods by Naresh Malhotra. You must be aware about this book. He's a quite prominent author, and in book काफी हम लोग we study for understanding the basics. So in his example, like case उन्होंने discuss किया है. The case is basically about checking the factors for attaining this purchase intention, okay, in an online shopping. So what he's trying to do, he is trying to find the antecedents and consequences of trust. So here you can see, he has provided these factors, list of factors. Key, privacy, security, and vendor repute, they build online trust, right? So on the basis of those, he has, formulated certain kind of hypothesis. So for example, higher perception of privacy and higher level of customer trust. So what he did, he converted these hypotheses and the relation between them in a form of model. Okay? And what do we call such model? Wherein we are trying to find the relationship between the variables that we have decided, conceptual model, right? So conceptual model mein you can see perceived security, perceived privacy, perceived vendor reputation ka effect. He is checking as an antecedent on trust and further on purchase intention. Now, when you are making your conceptual model on the basis of your literature review, yeah, right, there are certain rules. First of all, whatever your areas, whatever your variables are under study, for example, perceived security, ये हमारे क्या है? ये हमारे independent variables, and this is the dependent. In this scenario, this is independent and this is dependent. We understand the concept of IVs and DVs very clearly, I believe, right? So they are leading to this and it is leading to this further. So usually we keep our variables in ovals. Okay? Had there been the effect of age, demographics का अगर हम effect देख रहे होते इसके ऊपर, age होता, gender होता, marital status होता, right? Occupation होता, तो demographics को we usually keep in a rectangle box, right? Because they are variables, we always make them in a circle. हमने circles में बनाया and we will point our arrows towards our dependent variable. Similarly, this is our next variable and we will point it towards our dependent variable, arrow ke through. And we write our hypothesis names on this. Hypothesis 1 yahan se, so we will go to hypothesis 1 and we will study what it is talking about. Though we can graphically see yahan se hi ki perceived security to trust ki baat ho rahi hai H1 mein. H2 में इसकी बात हो रही है, H3 में इसकी, H4 में इसकी. It becomes very easy for the reader to analyze what you are talking about in your study. Now they don't have to go back to your hypothesis or your study to gauge it. From here, they can analyze what kind of variables you are taking in your study and how they are going to look like. What kind of relationships you are trying to explore, right? Through your model. Okay. Guys, any queries so far?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Ma'am, in previous slide, you used the abbreviation ROL and EFA. What does it mean?
Here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
हाँ, right. But ROL is review of literature.
Review of literature. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
EFA?
EFA is exploratory factor analysis.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Similarly, CFA is confirmatory factor analysis.
Okay.
Okay, always remember your objectives must address the statistical relationship between the variables and should not explore the content. So you should not make the objectives about the content thing, but always about the statistical relationships, right? Models we have discussed, theoretical models and conceptual models, and how do they look like? What is their utility? And guys, talking about hypothesis, sometimes we come across this query कि hypothesis किस basis पे बनानी है. I would always say rationale of hypothesis is very very important. ठीक है, rationale का मतलब है the need of that hypothesis, the background of that hypothesis. So for example, अगर मैं ये बोल रही हूँ, जैसे अभी वाले एग्जांपल में we saw कि higher perceived, okay, we'll go back to that example, explain one more thing. जैसे इसमें वो बात कर रहे हैं higher perception of privacy in website results in higher levels of customer trust. So you can see it is an alternate hypothesis. null नहीं बनाई उन्होंने, ठीक है. Alternate का मतलब है we have a background for this. So here is the background. उन्होंने लिखा हुआ है कि as per this authors, it has been seen through empirical evidence कि ये factors affect the online trust, right? They help in building online trust. Hence, on that basis, they have made all these hypotheses. इसके ऊपर भी they have discussed some kind of literature for this. I would say 4 to 5 papers per hypothesis should be there. 4 to 5 papers of research of literature must be there to support your hypothesis always. You should not make hypothesis on your own, first of all, never. मैं क्या कह रही हूँ इससे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. मैं क्या कह रही हूँ मेरी फाइंडिंग्स में आएगा. मैं क्या कह रही हूँ मैंने क्या ऑब्जर्व किया मेरे कंक्लूजन में लिख सकते हो आप. लेकिन none of the statement from your entire research, entire thesis should be your opinion, especially hypothesis. Hypothesis is a hypothetical situation. So hypothetical situation on the basis of literature. ये हम लिटरेचर के बेसिस पे बोल रहे हैं लेकिन हम इसको टेस्ट करेंगे अपनी स्टडी पे कि मेरी स्टडी के लिए भी ये वैलिड है कि नहीं. यूजुअली व्हाट वी सी कि मान लीजिए कि कुछ 3 स्टडीज हैं जो ये बोल रही हैं कि सिक्योरिटी एंड प्राइवेसी इन सबका फर्क पड़ता है ऑनलाइन ट्रस्ट पे. लेकिन कुछ ऐसी होंगी मान लीजिए 2 स्टडीज भी आपको मिल गई जो ये नहीं बोल रही हैं. वो बोल रही है कि नहीं इनका कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है. If we are finding negating theories also pertaining to some variables, then we should make null hypothesis. ठीक है. Usually we avoid them if we have a solid literature about certain things. Okay, null hypothesis and alternate hypothesis. I believe we are aware about these two terms. This particular guys जो case ये मैं discuss कर रही हूँ, this is ROL review of literature. Case antecedent and consequences का of trust in B2C online shopping in the Indian context. So this has been given Naresh Malhotra. This case I'll share with you. So you can go through this case and you can analyze what kind of literature review is required when you are preparing certain kind of hypothesis. Okay. Always remember your variables, your hypothesis and your model. ठीक है. जो कि अभी हमने इससे नीचे वाले में बात की. आपके वेरिएबल्स, आपकी हाइपोथेसिस और आपका मॉडल. ठीक है. दे फॉर्म अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, a very significant part of your literature review, right? Without them you will not be able, I would say the study will not be very effective to depict what you are trying to say through your literature review. What is your model? Your model is the relationship between variables. Okay. Usually what we do, how do we proceed? We write introduction first, then we write our literature review, we prepare our model. On the basis of model, we write our hypothesis. Okay, because it becomes easy to see them, to refer. Okay. Then while designing your theoretical framework, first of all, on what things you are going to conduct your study, that means your construct. What is the relation between the constructs and the further variables? मैंने जैसे बताया as explored by different authors. Then who? What is the context? किस sector में करना चाह रहे हो? कौन से sample के ऊपर करना चाह रहे हो? If all these questions have been answered, or if all these questions have a certain dimension attached to them, I would say your study is doing something new. ठीक है. Either construct is new, relation between them is new. Why though is important in all the studies. And then who is the respondent? Who is the subject? ठीक है. Basically the context is new. इनमें से कुछ भी अगर अलग है, then your study is doing something. Your theory should have an originality and it should have a utility also. Utility मतलब what kind of implications it is going to have for the concerned sector. Okay, always remember we write utility at 3 levels: individual level, group level and organization level. Okay, if we are conducting a national level study, we write individual level, group level, that is society, and the organization level, which is nation in your case. Okay, at 3 levels always we write our conclusions, right? Then guys, always remember what you are trying to measure. जैसे इस केस में वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेजर परसीव्ड सिक्योरिटी, परसीव्ड प्राइवेसी. ठीक है. अगर मैंने बात की है परसेप्शन अबाउट सिक्योरिटी, परसेप्शन अबाउट प्राइवेसी, देन ट्राई टू एक्सप्लोर द लिटरेचर विच इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द परसेप्चुअल स्टडीज ओनली. ठीक है. ट्रस्ट का अपने आप में ट्रस्ट का होना और परसेप्शन अबाउट ट्रस्ट इज वेरी वेरी मच डिफरेंट, राइट? एक सच, एक मेरा सच, एक तुम्हारा सच और एक सच में सच. सो बेसिकली ट्रस्ट अपने आप में क्या है, उसके क्या डायमेंशन है, ये एक तीसरी बात है. आप ट्रस्ट के बारे में क्या सोचते हो, मैं ट्रस्ट के बारे में क्या सोचती हूँ, ये एक अलग बात है. जैसे कि आजकल हम बहुत ज्यादा फ्रीक्वेंटली वी कैन सी दिस, कोविड अपने आप में एक अलग सच है, उसकी अलग कहानी चल रही है, उसके कुछ अपने ट्रुथ फैक्ट सब है. लेकिन कोविड के बारे में आपका क्या परसेप्शन है और मेरा क्या परसेप्शन है, मेरा परसेप्शन है कुछ नहीं होता कोविड, अपना मस्त मास्क वास्क निकाल के घूमो, है ना? ऐसे लोग भी याद दे रहा है. आई हैव हर्ड अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल सेइंग इट कि होना होगा तो हो जाएगा. एक उनका सच है, उनका परसेप्शन टुवर्ड्स कोविड, उनसे भरवाओगे तो वो कुछ और बोलेंगे। एक आपका चलो परसेप्शन अबाउट कोविड कि नहीं नहीं अभी भी यू शुड फॉलो ऑल द सिक्योरिटी मेजर्स, फैल रहा है फिर से आगे बढ़ रहा है बिकॉज ऑफ द केयरलेसनेस ऑफ पीपल। एक तुम्हारा परसेप्शन अबाउट कोविड, ठीक है। एक कोविड अपने आप में जो उसका सच चल रहा है, वो चाहे वो बढ़ रहा है, चाहे वो घट रहा है, चाहे नहीं फर्क पड़ता, चाहे वो रिकवर हो रहा है, व्हाटएवर, और ठीक है। So whatever thing you are trying to address, please try to include the story of that thing only. If you are talking about perception of COVID, study perception of COVID. If you are talking about the factual COVID, then you gotta read the facts of COVID. Okay. Usually in social sciences we are trying to study the perceptions about certain variables. क्योंकि हमारे लिए लोग इंपॉर्टेंट है, हमारे लिए सोसाइटी इंपॉर्टेंट है, राइट? क्योंकि हमारी जो फाइंडिंग्स निकल के आएंगी वो सोसाइटी के लिए आएंगी, लोगों के लिए आएंगी। एंड वी ऑल नो ह्यूमंस आर इरैशनल। इरैशनल का मतलब सब्जेक्टिव है, सब्जेक्टिव का मतलब उनके ओपिनियंस, उनके सोचने का ढंग, बिहेवियर, परसेप्शंस अलग अलग है एक दूसरे से भी और टाइमली भी। मेरे परसेप्शन आपके परसेप्शन से अलग है, प्लस my perception today, my perception tomorrow might be different. Okay, so when we are talking about perception, हमें पता चल जाता है कि हमने किसी से at some particular instant हमने उनसे कुछ भरवाया है, और जो भी thoughts हैं, जो भी findings हैं, वो उस particular instant के लिए true है. So please always remember what you are trying to study, whether you want to study perception of something or you want to study the factual thing of something. I'm pretty sure we can differentiate between interval data and ratio data. At the end, I would एक चीज और डिस्कस करते हैं, उसके बाद I would tell you some tips as to how you should go about writing, the LOR. Okay, guys, sometimes it happens कि हमने कोई बहुत ही novel topic उठा लिया और उसके बारे में हमें literature review नहीं मिल रहा है. For example, when I picked this topic, faculty engagement, so I had ample amount of studies which were talking about employee engagement. But I could not get many studies which were talking about faculty engagement. I still remember there is a thesis of somebody 2011 में लिविंगस्टन ने यूएस में किया था फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट, उनकी डेफिनेशन है बस फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट के लिए, ठीक है। और मुझे फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट की डेफिनेशन मिली ही नहीं। आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग दिस स्टडी इन 2014 एंड अब तक भी। सो नाउ पीपल आर टॉकिंग अबाउट टीचर एंगेजमेंट बट नोबडी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट एट यूनिवर्सिटी और कॉलेज लेवल। सो ऐसे केसेस में व्हाट शुड यू डू? सो एक्सपर्ट सेज अगर आपके पास रेफरेंस नहीं है किसी भी स्टडी का, ठीक है, अगर आप उसके बेसिस पे तब भी हाइपोथेसिस नहीं बना सकते, तब भी आप हाइपोथेसिस इस बेसिस पे नहीं बना सकते कि आपको लगता है, तब भी यू हैव टू हैव अ बैकग्राउंड पेपर फॉर इट, ठीक है। सो इन दिस सिनेरियो व्हाट यू शुड डू, व्हाट दे एडवाइस इज you write a conceptual paper first, okay, and when you are trying to exploring it further, when you are trying to explore the relationship between variables through hypothesis and testing, तब आप उसमें अपना conceptual paper को रेफर कीजिए। सबसे पहले अपना एक खुद का आर्टिकल बेस्ड conceptual paper जिसमें you will write all the literature about it, जहां से भी आपको मिल रहा है credible sources, credible का मतलब विकिपीडिया नहीं है, ठीक है। credible sources से जो भी आपको information मिल रहा है, you write a paper about it and then you cite your own paper when you are trying to attempt an empirical study, okay, but always remember hypothesis अपने opinions पे नहीं लिख सकते। hypothesis लिखने के लिए you have to have a good literature review as its background. Okay guys, I will discuss some of the things that I have that I came across. Usually we want to know that how you should be writing your literature reviews. कभी कभी जैसे बच्चे लिखते हैं रिसर्च पेपर, अगर कभी लिखते हैं, सो व्हाट डू दे राइट इन पैराग्राफ्स, है ना, एक कोई ऑर्डर पकड़ लेते हैं वो और उसमें पैराग्राफ में लिखते जाते हैं। सो व्हाट आई हैव लर्नड इज you should always write your literature review. एक सेकेंड, you should always write your literature review like a story, ठीक है। जैसा कि हम स्टोरी बता रहे हैं, जैसे हम ये बोल रहे हैं कि जो मेरा वेरिएबल था जब वो पैदा हुआ, फिर उसके साथ उसकी जिंदगी में क्या हुआ, इन अ सिमिलर वे यू शुड राइट इट, ठीक है। दैट इज हाउ इट बिकम्स इंट्रिग्यूइंग फॉर द रीडर ऑल्सो एंड फॉर योर रिव्यूअर ऑल्सो, ठीक है। डू नॉट राइट इट अलग अलग पैराग्राफ्स में लाइक अनरिलेटेड थिंग्स, सो एक फ्लो नहीं बनता। वन पैराग्राफ इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द डेफिनेशन, सेकंड पैराग्राफ इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द रिलेशन, with some variable. Third paragraph is talking about the factors. No. Then usually people ask कि chronological order में लिखें, ascending में लिखें, कि हम शुरू से शुरू करें. जैसे 1990 में एम्प्लॉय एंगेजमेंट की डेफिनेशन ये दी कान ने, उसके बाद ये हुआ. कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आप क्रोनोलॉजी का ध्यान रखें. क्रोनोलॉजी समझिए कि क्रोनोलॉजी का ध्यान असेंडिंग ऑर्डर में या डिसेंडिंग ऑर्डर में इसमें स्पेसिफिक होने की जरूरत नहीं है. ठीक है. आई वुड रिकमेंड कि आप जो अपना लिटरेचर है सेक्शन वाइज लिखिए. एक सेक्शन में मैं बात कर रही हूँ डेफिनेशंस की, एक सेक्शन में बात करूंगी फैक्टर्स की, एक सेक्शन में बात कर रही हूँ डायमेंशंस की. ठीक है. मैंने अलग अलग पैराग्राफ्स बना दिए एंड विद इन दोस पैराग्राफ्स यू राइट देम इन रिवर्स क्रोनोलॉजी. अब से क्या बात चल रही है? 2020 में ये बात हुई, 2019 में ये, 2018 में ये. ठीक है. रिसेंट पेपर्स तक आप जाएंगे एंड यू टॉक इन रिवर्स क्रोनोलॉजी. ठीक है. Add studies which are usually adding new dimensions to the construct which is under your which you are trying to study. उस construct के क्या क्या dimensions add किए? जैसे कान ने कहा cognitive engagement, emotional engagement और physical engagement 3 dimensions होते हैं employee engagement के. बात आगे बढ़ी, किसी ने कहा cognitive होता है, emotional होता है और behavioral engagement भी होता है, physical नहीं होता, हम नहीं मानते. तीसरे ने कहा कि मैं एंगेजमेंट डायमेंशंस की बात नहीं कर रहा, मैं फैक्टर्स की बात करूंगा. एलएनएम सैक्स ने कहा मैं कह रहा हूँ ये जो 3-4 फंडे होते हैं, फैक्टर्स होते हैं, इंट्रिंसिक रिवॉर्ड, साइकोलॉजिकल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो सपोर्ट होता है, ये लीड करता है भाई एंगेजमेंट को. डायमेंशन की बात हम नहीं कर रहे. शॉफली बेकर आए, शॉफली बेकर ने कहा नो डायमेंशंस आर इंपॉर्टेंट. विगर, डेडिकेशन, एब्जॉर्प्शन, ये 3 चीज एंगेजमेंट में किसी इंडिविजुअल में होंगी, देन आई कैन से ये बंदा एंगेज है. सो ये कैसे कहानी बड़ी, डायमेंशंस क्या क्या ऐड होते चले गए, आज एंगेजमेंट के क्या डायमेंशंस है. ठीक है. सो वी मस्ट ऑलवेज ऐड दो स्टडीज व्हिच आर एडिंग सम न्यू डायमेंशंस टू योर एलआर. और मिनिमम 5 to 6 स्टडीज पर सेक्शंस शुड बी एनफ डिपेंडिंग ऑन द लेंथ ऑफ योर एनालिसिस इफ यू आर अटेम्प्टिंग एन एम्पिरिकल पेपर. ओके. उसके हिसाब से ज्यादा लंबा हम नहीं कर सकते क्योंकि वर्ड लिमिट हमारे पास होती है यूजुअली 6000 वर्ड लिमिट्स होती है हर जर्नल की. So उसको हमें नहीं क्रॉस करना होता. 6000 includes everything. Usually they will write it. 6000 includes your bibliography also. Okay. So minimum 5 to 7 studies per section should be enough. Need of the study we all are we have discussed. Need of the study में, rationale of the study में you need to tell क्यों आप इस काम को क्यों पढ़ रहे हैं. Right? I have told you you must refer to the references of the base paper. उसके through you will get to know that what kind of relevant literature you should be referring to for writing your papers. I have got certain tips as to how you should be writing for your good journals on the basis of experience too, latest reviews also, plus have heard from experts too. That I'll discuss on the 3rd day of this session. So too much of theory today. So guys, I would like to welcome your queries. We have, I guess, 30 minutes left. So if you have some queries, we can discuss that.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask one question.
Hanji, please.
Ma'am, actually, I'm working on the topic working women engineers. Discrimination faced by working women engineers. So
Okay, very good. Nice topic.
Should I read the papers that are related to working women, or should I read the papers that are related to education in STEM also? It's related. The education in STEM and the working women engineers, it has a relation. There are many papers which are based on the relation between the two. So should I review only the papers of working women that are available on Google Scholar, or should I go for the education as well?
No, if they are related, and okay, what kind of the relationship is significant, whether you have found that it is significantly affecting it, then you must include that also.
Yeah, like there was a thing in the paper that the mentors have a very huge role to play to encourage women to get into careers related to engineering.
Right. Okay. Yes, I believe you must include those papers also. The things which have significant effect on your construct, you must not ignore them.
Okay, so I should read each and every paper of
right. You should, and only if it is affecting जब उसे बहुत सारे authors ने refer कर दिया है कि ये वाला जो fact है ये important है और वो significantly affect करता है, then you must include it. On Monday, I'll tell you how to do some form of meta-analysis. I'll tell you वहाँ से भी you will get to know कि हमें segregation या हमें compilation कैसे कर लेनी चाहिए, काम की that you should be including. But yes, I believe you should include that totally.
Okay. And ma'am, should I read the papers like before 2000 or should I read it after 2000? Matlab,
If
old
the
papers are
work is the significant work जो था जो आप जिसकी बात कर रहे हो अगर वो पहले का है so you should you can check the history but I believe you must read today's आज के environment में इस topic पे क्या बात हो रही है whether आज भी कोई discrimination है और reasons क्या हैं फिर उसके
okay,
क्योंकि
okay.
हाँ 20 साल में we would say women empowerment पे बहुत काम हुआ है you know practically भी और theoretically भी so उसके अलग factors you would get to know कि आज currently उसके बारे में क्या बात हो रही है so include the current work and it is a very interesting topic I would like to know the findings.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Guys, anybody else? I believe you all were listening.
Yes,
anyone has any query?
Yes, ma'am, I have.
हाँ जी please. आपकी आवाज थोड़ी सी break हो रही है I guess.
मैम जैसे आपने बोला कि we take hypothesis of the research earlier. So can I use research papers for that purpose for getting hypothesis?
आपकी आवाज totally break हो गई. I could not get the question.
मैम जैसे आपने बोला कि we need hypothesis. And the research papers that to get hypothesis through there.
Sorry again. Urvashi, can you reiterate? Were you able to listen? Anybody can reiterate who could got it? I am not getting it.
You can ask her to use the chat box.
Right. You can write your query in the chat box also, dear. I'll read.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I have a question. Hello.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, in objective, you were telling that while you frame the objective, avoid to study work.
Right.
Framing the sentence like study. So why instead of to study, what we should apply?
We should always write what kind of relationships or relationship of variables you are trying to explore. Whether you are trying to propose a framework, you should always write you are proposing a framework. If you are writing a normal literature review based paper or some kind of, as I discussed, some kind of relationships between variables are also explored by ROL, right? तो हम ROL के through भी कुछ relationships को establish करने की कोशिश करते हैं. So instead of writing to study, you should always write to determine the factors, to study the relationship between the variables and to propose a theoretical or conceptual framework. They sound more concrete than just to study the topic.
Okay. That means or we can say factors which are influencing our study.
Sorry?
That means you have to focus on study, or we can say the variables which are influencing our study.
First of all, you must focus on your construct totally. When we have introduced our construct to the world in technical terms, then you should go about exploring the relationship of with other variables.
Yes.
If at all you are talking about exploring the relationship, if you are not talking about it, if you are talking about scale development, then I would say your topic, your literature review papers must focus on कि dimensions की आज तक किस किसने क्या बात की है, क्योंकि आप dimensions propose करने वाले हो. So आपकी जो study है फिर वो dimensions पे focus होनी चाहिए. Totally dependent on your title and your theme that you are trying to conduct. Right, Aditi. Of course, you have to explore the previously written paper for framing your hypothesis. आपने आज सोचा है कुछ करने की, मैंने सोचा आज देखते हैं कि ऑनलाइन पोर्टल्स कितने हेल्पफुल हैं इन ऑनलाइन लर्निंग इन द कोविड टाइम्स. ये मैंने आज सोचा. सो अब इसके बारे में जो मैं हाइपोथेसिस बनाऊंगी, जिस सिचुएशन को मैं हाइपोथेटिकल लिख रही हूँ, सो दैट हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन विल कम आउट ऑफ द प्रीवियस पेपर्स. इन्हीं थीम्स पे आप मानेंगे नहीं, इफ यू विल टाइप कोविड पेपर्स या ऑनलाइन सम any particular thing, keyword related to online thing plus COVID. 2020 से n number of papers have been written already. पिछले एक साल में कोविड के ऊपर ऐसा कोई एरिया नहीं होगा, कैसा कोई एस्पेक्ट नहीं है जो रिसर्चर्स ने एक्सप्लोर नहीं किया. एवरी डैम थिंग हैज बीन रिटन. सो आपकी जो हाइपोथेसिस बनेगी ऑनलाइन पोर्टल्स की एक्सेसिबिलिटी इन कोविड टाइम्स को लेके, वो पुरानी स्टडीज पे ही बनेगी. पुरानी स्टडीज तो कोविड की 2020 से पुरानी नहीं मिलेंगी. सो 2020 में जो पेपर्स आपने रेफर किए पढ़ने के लिए, उन्हीं के ही बेसिस पे यू विल प्रपोज. हाइपोथेसिस इज अ प्रपोजल. ठीक है, कि मेरे को लगता है लिटरेचर के बेसिस पे ये प्रपोजल निकल के आया है कि ऑनलाइन जो पोर्टल्स होते हैं दे आर क्वाइट एक्सेसिबल एंड दे एनहांस ऑनलाइन लर्निंग इन कोविड टाइम्स. फिर आप इस हाइपोथेटिकल सिचुएशन को अपने डेटा से टेस्ट करोगे. दैट इज योर कंट्रीब्यूशन. हाइपोथेसिस तक देयर इज नो कंट्रीब्यूशन. If you are attempting this empirical paper, if you are writing a conceptual paper, if you propose a theoretical framework, conceptual framework, exploring new relationships, introducing something new, then that is your contribution. Yes, you should use the earlier published papers for framing your hypothesis. I believe I answered it. You can type. Any other queries, guys? I would just like to say on Monday, we are going to discuss 4 types of literature reviews along with the problem identification, that is our designated topic. Apart from that, I would like to discuss 4 types of literature reviews. कैसे करते हैं, क्या नाम है उनके, क्या मतलब है, how do we attempt. Then I would discuss research gaps, right? कि कितने टाइप के रिसर्च गैप्स होते हैं. You would be amazed to know कि there are 7 type of gap analysis that you can do while conducting your literature review to provide a novelty to it. How to do them, what do they mean, and further things I'll be discussing some software if we get time. If we don't get time, I will discuss that on Tuesday. How to explore the database and some tips that have been given by some international authors and some national authors. Hamare national authors they are no less. So from the horse's mouth that I've heard, I would like to disseminate to you in all these 3 days. So I guess if there are no queries, we can wind up, Urvashi. Urvashi is there? Thank you for the kind words, guys. They really keep us up. Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. I think the session is fruitful for everyone. So if anyone has any query, kindly ask to Dr. Khushbu ma'am.
Or it's fine. I'm there for 3 days also and beyond that too. So nobody's running. So even if you get to if you find some kind of a problem in this happy Sunday tomorrow, so you can ask me on Monday also. No problem.
Yes.
For now, if you have right.
Yes. Okay. So any participant has any query, kindly ask.
Ma'am, I need to ask that what is the difference between confirmatory factor analysis and the other one was explorative factor analysis?
Right. So they actually are very, very vast topics. So just for the introduction part, I would say, for example, मैंने कहा मुझे employee engagement बहुत explore topic है. मुझे faculty engagement पे काम करना था. मैंने faculty engagement को explore किया. मुझे मुश्किल से 2 या 3 definitions उसकी मिली. ठीक है, क्योंकि 2011 से काम शुरू हुआ, 2014 में मैंने शुरू किया. I could not find even very good technical definitions. तो dimensions तो दूर ही थे. So dimension मुझे एक study के मिले कोड करने के लिए. 2-4 मैंने पढ़े, फैक्टर्स थे, अफेक्टिंग एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. आई कुड नॉट गेट मच वर्क. मैंने क्या किया, मैंने क्वालिटेटिव एनालिसिस किया. मैंने एक्सपर्ट से पूछा आपको क्या लगता है फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट के क्या फैक्टर्स हो सकते हैं, फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट को कैसे डिफाइन करेंगे हम. ठीक है, क्या चीज फैकल्टी के अंदर हो जो मैं कहूँ कि हाँ ये फैकल्टी एंगेज्ड है. सो मैंने वो इंडिया के अंदर दिल्ली एनसीआर की यूनिवर्सिटीज 3 तरह की ली, गवर्नमेंट, प्राइवेट, डीम्ड. मैंने उनमें एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए ट्राई किया. अब डेटा मेरे पास बहुत नहीं था, लिटरेचर मेरे पास बहुत नहीं था. एक्सपर्ट से पूछा, जो अवेलेबल लिटरेचर था उसके बेसिस पे मैंने क्वेश्चंस बनाए. सेल्फ कंस्ट्रक्टेड क्वेश्चनर बनाए फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट पे। जब हम आप कोई काम फर्स्ट हैंड कर रहे हैं जिसका मेरे पास ऑलरेडी कोई मॉडल नहीं है, ऑलरेडी कोई क्वेश्चनर नहीं है, मैं उसे एक अलग कंटेक्स्ट में, अलग सेक्टर पे, अलग सैंपल पे एक अलग रिलेशनशिप एक्सप्लोर करने के लिए बना रही हूँ, ठीक है। इट इज आई एम एक्सप्लोरिंग इट। उस केस में व्हाट डू वी डू, वी ट्राई टू, हमने एक क्वेश्चनर बनाया, फिर हमने उस पर डेटा एनालिसिस लगाया, टूल लगाया फैक्टर एनालिसिस। द वेरी फर्स्ट हैंड व्हेन यू डू इट, व्हेन यू आर ट्राइंग टू come up with the factor structure of a new construct, of a new kind of relationship, उसका फैक्टर स्ट्रक्चर डेवलप करते हैं जब आप, उसको बोलते हैं एक्सप्लोरेटरी फैक्टर एनालिसिस। यू आर डूइंग इट फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम। ये मैंने निकाला फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट का फर्स्ट टाइम फैक्टर स्ट्रक्चर। मेरे फैक्टर स्ट्रक्चर क्या है? 3।
You mean that it is being done on the primary data only?
Always, yes, always. अब इसी फैक्टर्स को आई वुड लाइक टू कंफर्म कि जब ये बार बार रन होंगे तो क्या यही रिजल्ट निकल के आएंगे इनके, क्या यही 3 फैक्टर सॉलिड रहेंगे? ऐसा तो नहीं ज्यादा सैंपल पे करूं तो फैक्टर्स घट जाएं, इनमें से कुछ स्टेटमेंट्स की मीनिंग ही खत्म हो जाए। सो मैं उस डेटा को उसी उन जो मेरे 3 डायमेंशंस निकल के आए उनको मैं लार्जर सैंपल पे दोबारा करके देखूंगी। आइडिया क्या है एम्पिरिकल स्टडी करने का? टू जनरलाइज द रिजल्ट्स। छोटे सैंपल पे जो किया है, जब मम्मी बोलती है कि कढ़ाई में से वो नमक टेस्ट करना है ना, तो हम क्या करते हैं, हम पूरी कढ़ाई पी के नहीं देखते हैं, हम छोटे से चम्मच में वी टेक द करी एंड वी ट्राई टू असेस द सॉल्ट। छोटी चम्मच में अगर सॉल्ट कम है तो मतलब पूरी कढ़ाई में सॉल्ट डलेगा। सो वी बेसिकली मेक जनरलाइजेशन अबाउट होल कढ़ाई। वी डोंट से कि चम्मच में नमक कम था तो कढ़ाई में ठीक ही होगा, नहीं, उसमें कम है तो उसमें भी कम है। बेसिकली आइडिया इज टू जनरलाइज द रिजल्ट्स ऑन अ लार्जर पॉपुलेशन, राइट, छोटे के हिसाब से। मैंने छोटे पे किया, मेरा फैक्टर स्ट्रक्चर आया, अब मेरा मकसद है कि मैं इसको जनरलाइज कर पाऊं। मेरी मैक्सिमम जनरेशन जो है, मेरा मैक्सिमम सैंपल जो है, इस बात से एग्री करना चाहिए। व्हेन आई एम ट्राइंग टू स्प्रेड इट ओवर अ लार्जर सैंपल, उसे मैं कहूंगी कंफर्मेटरी फैक्टर एनालिसिस। उसमें भी अगर वही 3 फैक्टर्स की वैल्यूज एक्सेप्टेबल रेंज में आती हैं, देन आई वुड से ये फैक्टर स्ट्रक्चर सॉलिड है। फैकल्टी एंगेजमेंट को आप इन 3 चीजों से डिफाइन कर सकते हो। ईएफए भी बोलता है, उसके बाद सीएफए भी बोलता है। तो exploratory, when you are exploring the factor structure for the first time, when you are confirming your factor structure, it becomes CFA.
Okay, ma'am. Very well explained. Thank you.
I hope so. Okay, guys, any other thing?
Yes. Anyone has any query? Kindly ask to Dr. Khushbu.
And we are meeting on Monday for sure.
Yeah, sure.
Less technical glitch.
Yes, and you will be relate all these theoretical concepts related to the concept of research, review of literature, development of questionnaire, ma'am. Kindly do it with the practical aspect also, ma'am. So the result at the end of the day, the participant gets something fruitful on your part, ma'am.
I'm pretty sure today they must have got something. There should be a takeaway, and I'm pretty sure at the end of 3 days they will be able to do it better.
Okay. So anyone has
Just
any
like
doubt?
I've learned it.
Yeah.
I guess we are good.
Yes, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. Yes, anyone has any doubt, or no one has no doubt or no queries? Okay, the silence says that the participants have no queries and no doubt, Dr. Khushbu.
They are asking to share the PPT. Urvashi, I'll forward it to you and you can forward it to the participants.
Of course, Dr. Khushbu. Yes.
Right away, I'll forward it to you.
Whichever you send to me, I'll send to the participants by tonight.
Done.
Okay.
Okay.
And the recording session of the today session, you will be get by tonight also. So you enjoy the recording also. Okay. So have a nice day and good evening to all of you.
Take
bye
care, guys.
and see you.
Have a nice Saturday. Have a nice Sunday. We'll meeting on Monday. Take care, please.
Yeah. Have a nice Sunday to everyone. Yes. Okay.
Bye, Urvashi. Thank you so much.